We've talked about various changes and potential changes in the system, but the one thing we've not looked at is profit. Do you think profit is or should be a dirty word in education?
Well, it isn't, in the sense that for many years, actually, private companies have been heavily involved in public education, providing a very wide range of services, sometimes in effect providing the majority of a local authority's education service. And some are clearly better than others, some make more money than others. I guess the sticking point for a lot of people now is, should schools be run for profit? And that does seem to me a much bigger leap, because I can understand the argument that it's already happening anyway, so why not just push it to its ultimate extent? But I think it comes back to accountability. If you are employing a company to provide a service for you, then you can hold that company to account if it doesn't work. If that company is running a school, to whom is it accountable? Is it accountable to the parents? Who's actually paying for it? I can see an argument in that if you ran it on a kind of John Lewis model, then teachers would have a direct financial stake in the success of the school. And some people would argue, I guess, that that would give them a greater incentive to put in a better performance. Whether it would or not, I don't know. I mean, there is such a thing as a public service ethos, and that's what's really driven our system for many, many years. And at its best, I think there's nothing better. But should it ever be challenged? Should it ever change? Well, yeah, clearly it won't move on unless it is. At the moment, my understanding is that legally schools can't be run for profit anyway, so to some extent it's a moot point. But I think it is worth looking at and worth thinking about, rather than just burying our heads in the sand and saying never under any circumstances. I think one thing that puzzles me slightly at the moment is that the fuss at the moment around the National Health Service is all about that. It's the extent of privatisation, and people are very uneasy about it. To some extent, you could argue the similar process is happening in education, and yet it seems to be met with no resistance at all. In fact, in some respects, schools seem to be leaping over themselves to take advantage of it. I wonder if at some point there might be some kind of national scandal that suddenly wakes everybody up, and we'll have much more of a debate about it. I think that's the bit that worries me at the moment. Where's the debate?